lights and fury in the sky. Zoids leads the iron pride. Oh, thunder sound of torch, or stand steady, battle floor. Blue guardians fight for peace, red muses stir the beast. Warriors of steel decide the fate, on Zoidstar no time to wait. Planet echoes with their wrath. Warriors treading metal path. Shadows dancing neon flash. Laser beams ignite the night. Iron claws in desperate flight. Moonlight breaks the crimson light. Lord defends with courage steel. Tortilla leaves no chance to kneel. Fury of the heartbeat bleed. Zoidstar leads the iron line. Roar of thunder, sound of charge. Chorus stand steady, battle floor. Well, mutants stir the fever beat. Then mutants, all guardians fight for peace. Red mutants stir the beast. Warriors of steel decide the fate. On Zoidstar no time to wait. Planet echoes with their wrath. Warriors treading metal path. Shadows dancing neon flash. Reason leads ignite. The dark back the night. I'm on the light. Laser beams ignite the night. Iron protects the light. Laser beams ignite the night. Iron claws in desperate fight. Blue light breaks the crimson light. Lord defends with courage steel. Tortilla leaves no chance to kneel. Fury of the heartbeat ring. All guardians fight for peace. Red mutants stir the beast. Zoidstar leaves no chance to fury of heartbeat ring. Fury of the beast. Metal claws gleam in the starlight. Red mutant rising in the dead night. Fangs rules with an iron jaw. Crushing circuits, bending every law. Engine roars in the battlefield haze. Fighting for supremacy in robo blaze. Terrors and Plutarchs dare to defy. Fate's gonna tear them till the circuits cry. Red mutants march on a broken steel. Flames the large who makes the weak ones kneel. Robot world gonna feel his reign. All resistance crumbles under faint disdain. Red mutants march on the broken steel. a digital war. No mercy shown, no quarter given. Fangs leads the pack in the cruelest mission. Cities crumble under his fierce attack. Microchips shatter against the cracked track. Screams of the fallen echo in the air. Fangs don't care, ain't no code for repair. Red mutants march on the broken steel. Fangs the Liger makes the weak ones kneel. Robot world gonna feel his reign. All resistance crumbles under Fang disdain. Red mutants march on the broken steel. Fangs the Liger makes the weak ones kneel. Robot world gonna feel his reign. All resistance crumbles under Fang disdain. Microchips shatter against the cracked track. Screams of the fallen. Successor to the shield Liger is born. This hellish Zoid is the new Gyro's thorn. With gold claws, jaws, and blades, he'll charge and strike. Blade Liger black, impact the hellish spike. Zoids has run amok. With its charged particle gun, our hopes suck. Till Blade Liger black, impact made the scene. His gold laser blade shine, shimmer, and gleam. Till now the Zoids has run amok. With its charged particle gun, our hopes suck. Till Blade Liger black, impact made the scene. His gold laser blade shine, shimmer, and gleam. Black as night, organoid system son you are. Blade Liger black, impact the hellish star. Charge the Gyro's force and leave your laser scar. Crush Zoids to spread your fame afar. With ferocious machine spirit you roar. This black Blade Liger leaves behind Gyro's gore. Even Zoids now respects you, as you wear the Republic emblem true. But now comes your greatest match yet to face. Breaker, next step in the arms race. Built to fight up close, he's your nemesis. You'll need upgrades to send him to the abyss. Black as night, organoid system son you are. Blade Liger black, impact the hellish star. Charge the Gyro's force and leave your laser star. Crush Zoids to spread your fame afar. With attack booster thrusters you'll get in close. Even if you're only fit for 8 pilot throws. Breaker and Blade Liger close the gap. Slice him to bits before you're reduced to scrap. Black as night, organoid system son you are. Blade Liger black, impact the hellish star. Charge the Gyro's force and leave your laser star. Crush Zoids to spread your fame afar. Night, organoid system son you are. Blade Liger black, impact the hellish star. Charge the Gyro's force and leave your laser star. Crush Zoids to spread your fame afar.